For as long as I can remember, I've taken fitness advice and strategies and programs from people that don't look like me. And to that matter, never did. And the reason why I usually choose the programs is because they would have someone in their files of success stories that I thought did look like me and transformed into something different. But the missing link was they never had my story. And, this is where I think that we miss out on opportunities to really praise ourselves for who we are, how we were born, the genetics we were blessed with, and really love all of them. You see, I was born 8.5 pound baby. By the time I was 5, I weighed 90 pounds. And I was just like the robust, the husky, the chunky, the big boned girl. And it wasn't until I was 27 that I had an accidental weight loss. It's just done by walking. I walked for a year. I began to get faster and smoother, and nobody was more shocked to be looking at a completely different version of me, exactly 1 year later. But, the difference was I didn't exactly look like that after photo. I just kind of looked like me, only smaller. So it confused me. So I think that, that's kind of what makes me a little bit skeptical when I'm looking at what's expected in an after photo and the genetic markers that make us who we are. I'm an endomorph, little under tall, little robust, always have been. I have been in the leanest versions of myself, and I have been a little fluffier. But for the most part, I maintained the big accidental weight loss for, I don't know, 25 years now ish. And what I do know about maintenance is that it's not as easy as dieting. We're all really good at dieting, but are we really good at trusting ourselves and knowing what's healthy for our bodies? That's a question for another day. This was just like deep thoughts in the woods on my walk. I felt compelled to speak of it, and I thought I'd turn on the camera. So I'll share it. When you join a diet or a fitness program, what makes you join it? Is it actually because you want to better yourself, or is it because you feel like that different version of yourself will be happier? I wanted to look like that after picture. Man, I chased that after picture for so many years. And then when I got it, I wasn't really truly happy with it. Like, I wasn't really happy with it. And I found like even just trying to take the picture, I was like, in all these different poses and lighting. I think it took me about 30 photos to get the right after picture. And then I slapped a filter on that puppy. So there's that, I don't know, reality. I also know what I did to get there. Didn't have a drop of alcohol. I ate really clean. I ate lots of protein. I was on a very strict macronutrient profile. 40, 30, 30. 40 protein, 30 fat, 30 carbs. And everything was logged. And I was doing PIO, and I was also training for a half marathon. And I was teaching fitness classes 3 to 5 times a week. And I was on my feet a lot. I had another job as a cosmetician at a pharmacy. I remember logging my calories. I was logging about 2,700 calories a day. I set my deficit at 250 calories a day so that I would maintain the muscle mass and lose the fat. And anything above that was gravy. So that was my minimum. I knew what my minimum calorie deficit was. And if I just so happened to move more, I did. At some point, you just have to ask yourself, like, what for? You know, sometimes it's nice to just be able to see what you can do and be proud of yourself. But know that you're looking at the same person in the mirror. Inevitably, it's the same person with the same problems, just a little bit more confident, a little bit more swagger in the step until you get in a fitting room of a clothing store and you find out that sizing might be different. And then the scale goes up and then all of these panics start to set in and make you miserable. And you know what? You're not your body. Your body is your home. Your body is your envelope. But it's not the total story of who you are. So I think maintenance is finding that sweet spot in the middle where you love your life. You're not fretting over everything that you put in your body. And you feel good. You have energy. That's what I live for. That's what I work for. And that's my why. That's why I keep going. You know, I know what I do now is going to show up 10 years from now. If I want to climb a mountain, I better practice. If I want to dance, I better practice. If I want to get up when I fall down or be able to tie my shoes or get on my knees to tie my grandkids' shoes, I better practice. That means burpees. That's it for now. Hey, if this resonated with you, make sure that you hit subscribe, share it with someone you love, and let me know your thoughts. What's your why? Let's hang out again sometime.